Mother's Best Flour brings you Hank Williams.
I got a feeling called the blues, oh Lord, since my baby said goodbye. Lord, I don't know how to do, 'cause all I do is sit and sigh. Oh Lord, Luigi.
The millers of Mother's Best Flour, Mother's Best Farm Feeds, and Mother's Best Self-Rising Cornmeal bring you the one and only lovesick blues boy, Hank Williams. All the Mother's Best music makers, and yours truly, Mother's Best little boy.
Cousin Louis Clark!
Good morning, friends and neighbors everywhere.
Morning, Louis.
Yes, sir, I'm proud to be here. I hope we boys are feeling good. Hank, you're looking spry this morning.
Yeah, everybody is ready this morning. We're going to start off this morning with one of the prettiest songs that's ever been written. This was in the pop field for a long time, also in our fields. Wrote by, all you folks know Lulu Bell and Scotty. Well, this was wrote by Scotty. It's called Have I Told You Lately That I Love You? Have I told you lately that I love you? Could I tell you once again somehow? Have I told with all my heart and soul how I adore you? Well, darling, I'm telling you now. This heart would break in two if you refuse me. I'm no good without you anyhow. Dear, have I told you lately that I love you? Well, darling, I'm telling you now. Have I told you lately how I miss you? When the stars are shining in the sky, have I told you why the nights are long when you're not with me? Well, darling, I'm telling you now. Have I told you lately that I love you? For I'm no good without you anyhow. Oh, have I told you lately that I love you? Well, darling, I'm telling you now. Have I told you lately that I love you? You know, remember that old saying that the way to a man's heart is through his stomach? I bet you ladies will agree there's a lot of truth to that. Why, just the other day I heard a woman say that the way to keep a husband happy is to give him delicious, nourishing food. Now, you know the kind of food we mean. Food that men really go for, like piping hot biscuits, for instance. Light, rich, fluffy biscuits that make him know that you are a fine cook. And you know something else, ladies? You can do it every time if you'll just use Mother's Best Flour.
That's right, Hank. With Mother's Best, you can be sure your baking favorites turn out perfect every time. 'Cause Mother's Best is finest quality flour, expertly milled. And believe me, we know it's expertly milled because we were all down there, the whole bunch of us, and saw that big mill. And in each sack or each carton, You get tested recipes, ladies. Easy to follow recipes with better results guaranteed. Each Mother's Best recipe has a picture with it, too, so you know exactly how it's going to look when you bake it. So the next time you go to your grocer's, get Mother's Best flour. Get it either plain or self-rising with the salt and the baking powder already measured in. Use that finest quality flour for wonderful biscuits or any one of your baking favorites. If you don't get better results, if you don't get more compliments than you do with just ordinary flour, then Hank Williams himself will refund your money.
Yes, ma'am. If you don't get better results and more compliments from your husband and all the family, now here's what you do. Just send your grocer a slip showing the price of the flour and the Mother's Best label to me, Hank Williams, here at the station, and I'll refund the full purchase price. So get Mother's Best today. Mother's Best flour plain, or for easier baking, get self-rising. Just make sure it's Mother's Best, because when you get Mother's Best, you have got the best.
Just gotta have that gal around. Her biscuits are the best in town. Her pies and cakes beat all the rest, 'cause she bakes them all with Mother's Best.
Yes, sir.
All right. There you got it, the Mother's Best song there. Just be sure you get Mother's Best, then you done got the best. Right now, it's Burrhead's time with his garden seed gourd. Here he is, a little tune called Sally Goodin, huh? Thank you, Burr. There you got him. Sally Goodin. Want a piece of pie, don't want a piece of pudding. Give it all away to see Sally Goodin. That is, if it ain't cooked with Mother's Best. If it's cooked with Mother's Best, I'll just keep it and let somebody else see Sally Goodin.
Hank,
Huh?
some of these mornings, you know what I'd like for you to do?
What's that?
I'd like for you to take that fiddle and play a breakdown yourself.
Who, me?
Yeah?
Oh, no.
Been a
Burrhead.
long time since he's
Oh,
played one.
no.
Oh, come on, Hank.
Man, I used to lead the orchestra with the fiddle.
I know.
Always said the worst I went on, won't say that. Me and somebody else is the worst fiddler in the world, and both of us hired us a fiddler.
I know who you're talking about.
All right, we'll hush.
All right.
We won't say nothing else. Right now, it's hymn time, friends. We're going to go back and get an old timer. Here's one that's been here longer than any of us, I imagine. Old timer called When the Saints Go Marching In. Marching in, when the saints go marching in. Oh Lord, I want to be in that number when the saints go marching in. And when the sun begins to shine, and when the sun begins to shine, oh Lord, I want to be in that number when the sun begins to shine. Oh, when the saints go marching in, when the saints go marching in. Oh, Lord, I want to be in that number when the saints go marching in.
trumpet sounds a call, when that trumpet sounds a call, oh Lord, I want to be in that number when the trumpet sounds a call. Oh, when the saints go marching in, when the saints go marching in, oh Lord, I want to be in that number when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the new world is revealed, oh, when the new world is revealed, oh Lord, I want to be in that number when the new world is revealed. Oh, when the saints go marching in, when the saints go marching in, oh Lord, I want to be in that number when the saints go marching in.
Thank you, boys, for a fine song. Well, neighbors, here's something else that's always welcome, just as welcome as a pretty song, and that's real Southern cornbread, real Southern hush puppies. Your family loves them, and for the best cornbread and hush puppies, use Mother's Best, the cornmeal that's twice cleaned. Where else can you get a cornmeal as carefully made as that? Mother's Best cornmeal is washed with water, then washed with air to give you that real fresh corn flavor. Get Mother's Best cornmeal. You can buy it either regular style or the easy-to-use new self-rising. But be sure you get Mother's Best. Now, that self-rising is a wonderful thing if you've never tried it. You'd be amazed at how wonderful that cornbread will turn out because, well, all the things is salt and soda and the baking powder all measured in there for you. All you got to do is just put it in the pan. There it is, ready to go.
Ready to eat, ain't it?
Speaking of ready to go,
Looks like we better get ready, hadn't we?
yep, we better get ready.
Boys,
Hate
get
to.
your cheese hoops, your gourds, your bugles, and your banjos. Get our puny guitar player, our antique bass knocker, and let's continue on. Being the good Lord's willing and the creeks don't rise twixt our house and here, we're going to see you again for long, Catherine. Put the biscuits in the oven and stir up a couple of eggs this morning. Make a little faniel gravy. Both of us will sop directly.
Well, friends and neighbors, you may have heard this before, but it bears repeating, I think. The pigs over 5 are profit pigs. In other words, you don't, really, you need 5 pigs from each litter to break even. Yes, sir, you need 5 pigs from each litter to break even, and the rest of them are money makers. Now, you can get those extra pigs by feeding good sows right, by giving them Mother's Best pig and sow feed. To help them cleanly farrow big, healthy pigs that live and grow to market weight. Mother's Best pig and sow feed nourishes both the sow and her unborn litter. Try Mother's Best pig and sow feed and see what a difference it makes. Among the Mother's Best dealers in this area, just to mention a couple of them, there's the Hillis Hardware in McMinnville, Tennessee, the Hancock Feed and Seed Company over in Fayetteville, Tennessee. You good neighbors in that district around McMinnville and Fayetteville, go in to see these dealers. They'll be glad to tell you in great detail just what I've tried to tell you here in a few seconds. Now, until the next time, this is Cousin Louie Buck speaking for Hank Williams, all the Mother's Best music makers, wishing you neighbors the best of everything, and that's Mother's Best, whether it's flour, feed, or cornmeal. So long, everybody.